Hey guys, DJ, Guildmaster Whistleblower Gamers Guild, back with another battle report this time. It's been a little bit. Armada with Tim the Enchanter.
Let's see.
So,
398 as well.
oh, we're at the dice off end. So, another battle report. We're using some of the newer ships. Tim has the Pelta, and we've already done a video with the Venator, but he has a little Pelta now finally.
Now, I can hear a lot of you screaming, why are you using it instead of the little other support ship? Because it's beefier. And also, one of the titles makes it a little bit more versatile.
Well, whenever we get into list building,
Exactly.
you can go into your list,
Yep.
and then it'll be maybe more apparent to the audience.
You have that whack thing, though.
I do have clear down there the Recluse finally. We've had it for a little bit. If you notice on the channel, we've been doing a lot of Team Yankee lately. We're building our play group of that game. So let's go into the lists. Tim, let's go with you first, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, man. Me and her aren't talking right now.
Yeah, she was upset that you blew her up last game.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Go ahead. Go over your list.
I have the Venator. It has thermal shields, obviously. Because I had the spare points, I put on the DBY turbo lasers just because that's a handy thing.
You know, we'll talk about that in the after actions. I have a good idea with that. Some other stuff.
Flight Commander, just because. That's one where you can activate squads after moving.
Okay.
Flight Controllers, where they get an extra blue die, boosted comms. Over here, we actually have the flagship. You'll see why. Admiral Alarm on the Activator 1. Flat guns for one of the offensive slots.
Yeah.
Flag Bridge for the other. I also have the DBY turbo lasers on them.
Okay.
Flag Bridge is on there so that I can bring Mercy Mission, which will obviously, once the game starts, go on to this guy.
Okay.
Then I have the Pelta. The Pelta has auxiliary shield teams, so it gets basically with 4 engineering, it gets 2 extra shields. Excuse me, at the start.
So a little bit more beefy. You're gonna
Comms net, because obviously.
It's surprising that that gives me more credence to think that they're not gonna have flotillas.
Yeah,
for us.
honestly, they might not. Because it makes sense. This was not an era of flotillas. This is an era of
No.
This is our dedicated support ship / also.
Right. We're actually doing another video on ship concepts between the Galactic Civil War and the Clone Wars.
Yeah, because we're also going to discuss how the Republic has no ion cannons.
Yeah, which is really weird, seeing how they're fighting droids. But we regress. Go ahead, though.
So, important note about the Pelta, A, it's tankier because of its defense tokens. It has a brace, which is nice.
Yep.
You can also take a title that gives an extra evade. I did not take that title. I took the FB-88.
Okay.
This says whenever you reveal a command, you may discard your top command dial.
Oh.
So basically, it just makes it a more versatile ship for comms net. Because you essentially have access to both of your command dials at the same time.
Okay.
At whenever you need, you can say have an engineer on the bottom, and a nav on top, and suddenly one of your guys just got their shit rocked. You go, all right, start my activation.
Yeah.
Discard that. I'm gonna give him an engineer.
Essentially, it gives you veteran captain.
Yes.
Veteran captain.
But multiple times.
On demand. Yeah, you don't have to discard it. That's really cool.
It's a very nice title. Granted, for 1 extra point, you get an extra evade, but I decided to take this one to see how it goes.
Okay.
And yeah, as far as squads, I have Plo Koon. Oddball, I'm not doing the standard double arcs because I realize the arcs don't synergize super well with Plo Koon.
Is it because of their speed?
No, it's because they already have counter 1, and Plo Koon says non-unique friendly squadrons without counter at distance 1 gain counter 1.
Oh, so it's not like other counters where it stacks.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
So with some spare points, I just dropped 1 arc and upgrade the other one to oddball.
Okay.
It just says, whenever you move, you can reroll 2 of your attack dice.
Okay.
And he rolls blue, blue, black instead of the blue, blue, red. And then the standard 5 V19s, 2 Y-wings.
Okay.
That's the squads.
And you're at 398.
Yep, as are you.
Oh
yeah, we'll go over.
We're gonna have to read in the book. I forget how the ties work. I think it's just a dice roll. So over here, so I'm running a new admiral. I'm running Mokhtar on the Recluse. I'm doing something a little bit different with the Recluse. It's more like I'm using it as the main ship. I have Intel Officer, R2 Rocket Troopers, Boarding Troopers, and Spinal Armaments. So, even though the ship's built for long range, I want to get close. And then I have Patriot's Fist as the ship title. So when attacking a ship at medium or long range, if it's your first attack during your activation, you may add 2 blue dice to your attack pool. If you do, you cannot attack again during this activation.
Oh.
Yeah.
In that case, why didn't you go with slave turrets instead of spinal armament?
Problem is slave turrets, I still only shoot once. I don't have to use Patriot's title all the time.
Oh, that's a good point.
So if you get into my side arcs, if I somehow have you double arcs, which is extremely hard with this ship, I'll just do that.
That's fair. That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I forgot. I don't think spinal arm. I don't think slave turrets is a maybe. So
right, and then a spinal armament, it's automatically 1 red dice, so that's going to help get around thermal shielding. It adds another dice to your attack pool.
Yeah.
So, which I think actually as your armament, but still, it's 1 more dice. Yeah, it's increased by 1. So then I have a 1 hard sell with slave turrets. Then I have 2 Maleficent class star frigates. One of which is Tide of Progress. Both of them have thermal shielding. Both have engine techs. So one of the games I was playing with these guys, I had engine techs. Yeah, you want to be concentrating fire with them, but with my Admiral, I add a red dice if there's a shield in a hull zone I'm attacking.
Oh, that's right. But don't you take away a dice if there's...
If there's no shields. It doesn't say hull zone if there's no shields. So if you have any shields left on your vehicle or on your ship, nothing happens. It's once you lose all your shields, I take a dice away.
Gotcha.
So it was kind of weird because I thought it was a little bit bad, but it doesn't specifically say a hull zone with no shields.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it penalizes your opponent for moving shields into the section you're shooting at.
Oh.
So another thing to help get around thermal shielding because they're going to add a dice to your attack pool. But yeah, them guys, obviously, high capacity ion turbines add a blue dice to the side pool for up close. And I'll be honest, engine techs is really nice because these guys become speed 3, and with their dial, they get extremely dangerous, like getting into sides of ships. As you can see, no squadrons. I'm going all in on this attack fleet.
Which is unfortunate for these. Actually, no, they all have...
I think they have black dice for...
They do have black dice against ships, so you know what?
You're still putting planks into the ship.
Yep.
I actually had 3 builds today. I had 2 Providence builds and this Recluse build. I couldn't pick which one, so I rolled a dice, and this one came up.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Since I'm using Mercy Mission, we're going to be keeping your deployment zone out.
Yeah, so I'll be staying through the game.
For those of you who don't know, basically, ignoring the equipping, because that's like half the card text. At the end of the game, if a small ship with this card equipped to it is in the enemy deployment zone, I increase my score by 40. If you destroy it, you gain an extra 20 points.
Okay.
It's basically how it's phrased. However, it does have to start equipped to something else, but once the game starts, you unequip it and equip it to a small ship, regardless of if it has the slot.
Okay.
So
that's really cool.
I want to give it a shot because
it's like it's a cool secondary mission. Yeah, like
exactly.
There's the main mission we're playing, and here's the mission I'm going to play.
Plus, it's 0 points. So is Flag Bridge. So that's why I took the Acclimator one because I select.
Oh, it's a 0 point mission thing.
Yep, it's a 0 point fleet command. So you take Flag Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Take Flag Bridge, which is also 0 points.
Yeah.
And you spend no extra points and have a nice, fun little secondary try.
Here, a fun fact. If you took a ship with a command already and you had another one that you could take Flag Bridge, you could have one set up just for that, and then you could still have your fleet commands.
Correct, yes, you could.
If you're going into that strategy, that is.
Yep, that is an option.
All right, guys, we're going to come back after we set up table and boards. We have to read the rules and see who goes first, actually.
I think it is rolling to die.
I think it is.
We've had this happen before.
We just have to figure out which one it is. But we'll be back, guys.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So this is our setup, guys. So we rolled flipped a coin. Tim won the flip, so he wanted to be first player using my objectives. He picked Contested Outpost. That seems to be a popular one. So
It's pretty straightforward. I thought of Dangerous Territory until I remembered, oh yeah, you don't take damage from obstacles. I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with that.
yeah, I was kind of hoping people pick that a little more often because then I could just fly kind of recklessly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Again, in hindsight, assuming I can complete this, the 40 points would counter out about 3 of your victory tokens, but...
We'll see how it plays out, and we'll go maybe in a deep dive after we're done.
Yep.
So I deployed the Recluse right there, put the station right here, put my hard cell here. These two guys I put on the outside as a flanking maneuver. Then Tim, go ahead, tell us what you did, buddy.
No, I plunked down him and those two first.
Okay.
Just to kind of bait out a little bit more. I put this guy, as you pointed out, I put down this guy before I put down this whole cluster.
Yeah.
And you kind of wondered why I did that. Is because I wanted to see where you played the rest of yours, since squadrons are my main focal points.
Yeah.
So I can hopefully counter you with squadron play. Will that work? Probably not. But
We'll see. And like I said, we haven't played in almost, believe it or not, guys, almost a month and a half.
I think we played a couple weeks ago with
Did we?
Matt.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. But still, it's been a bit.
It's been a little bit. We're gearing up for a tournament down here, September 4th.
Right.
There'll be information I'll put in the link of this video. And plus, too, you guys know where we're located. But this is the setup. Asteroids, pretty empty. Just like someone's heart over there. Anyway.
Yeah, my counterplay just make sure the station either went there or over there somewhere.
Yeah.
I was like, we're focusing this down.
Yeah. So it works. We're going on to Tim's turn 1.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
All right, that was the end of turn 1 for both of us. Tim, go ahead and walk us through what you did, buddy, with all your stuff.
Oh yeah. I moved up.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right.
I moved the squads forward. I did. The Pelta did send a squad token over to him,
Okay.
which means he can activate 7 squads on his turn, which is mega.
Yes.
I enjoy that a lot.
Okay.
And hopefully we can do some real damage.
All my stuff. He moved up. I used engine tags to go basically get extra speed. He dropped the speed. These guys just moved up. Recluse moved into range. I'll get a victory token this turn, but I kind of miffed Tim because my first command was squadrons.
Yeah.
And as you see, I have no squadrons. So Tim was a little bit befuddled by that.
It's like, why in God's name? And then I remembered, oh yeah, boarding troopers. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, my brain hurt.
Which they're not going to do anything right now, but eventually, hopefully, they will.
Yep.
All right, guys. We're going to go on to turn 2. We'll be back.
Pog.
All right, guys. So that was the end of turn 2. A lot of stuff happened. Tim, walk us through what you did. All kinds of ships are maneuvering around, flying.
Well,
Oh, shoot. You still have 2 squadrons to activate.
oh yeah, they're just gonna be moving up into there.
Okay.
Actually, no, hold on, they're gonna be going over here.
Okay. I looked down and just noticed
Actually,
that
no,
they're
they will
orange.
be going up there.
Okay.
So, oh and yeah, this guy definitely activated. Just didn't toggle his slider. I did push a whole bunch of squads up there to F with that guy.
Almost like you did 1 damage. I did really good damage mitigation with him, although I did burn my redirect.
But also, whenever you're running squads like this and you have no counter squads, they almost collectively form one other ship
Yeah.
because of just how
The volume of fire.
Yeah. Especially since these guys throw black dice. Granted, they don't have bomber,
Yeah.
but the V19.
Yeah.
This guy took a bit of a beating. Already had to burn the redirect. This guy had to burn his evade to eliminate 2 dice completely.
And that was due to Intel Officer.
Yeah, which was, I mean, that was the best play anyway. Was just burn it for the double elimination.
Tim has realized the Recluse build that I made is pretty dumb.
Yep.
At long range, with the title, Spinal Armament, and Mark Tark, I threw 7 dice. 5 red, 2 blue at long range.
Shit hurted.
Yeah. And honestly, the evade helped mitigate a lot of that, and I didn't roll any doubles or anything. And 2 of them were accuracies.
Yep.
See, this guy sped up, or he's slow rolling. He knocked some shields off of him. This speedy boy, Maleficents are good, man. The frigates are good. If you have engine techs, we just did the math on it. You could almost turn it completely around with that ship.
You do over a 90-degree turn, which is
yeah. So I'm a believer. As much as I like shield techs, I think engine techs on them is a lot better. It just makes it super fast maneuverable. And then I knocked all this guy's shields off the front.
and the side.
Yep. Oh, this guy has like no shields left in the front, just one on the side. So next turn he's probably going to blow up. I had a hard decision to make because he was going to get swarmed anyway, so I had to activate with him first. Which, because of the ship, the fleet I'm running, he threw 6 dice at long range, which is dumb. All right, guys, we're going on to turn 3. Now it's going to get really bloody. I'm going to lose a ship, I think. All right, guys, we'll be back. All right, so that was a pretty wild turn. Misplays on both of our accounts. Tim, you want to go over what you did first, buddy?
Yeah, so I moved him first because he was in threat of being double arced over here.
Yep.
So I moved him up first.
Yeah.
Squads almost took out the hard sell, but didn't quite do it, so I had to use his front arc shot, which finished it.
Yeah.
Side arc into this guy. He also did a couple good salvos.
Yeah.
I will say salvo with the heavy turbo laser card, fantastic.
It's definitely a really good combo.
Especially with flat guns. Honestly, my next list is probably based around that. Otherwise, the Peltas moved up. Didn't shoot with the Pelta because I was dumb.
Yeah.
Though I guess, to be fair, I was also kind of worried about the salvo.
Yeah.
You moved, took off his entire front shields, got a couple crit and another damage through.
I at medium range, because of the setup I have, I threw 10 dice at medium range. And because of my, like, rocket droids, intel officer, and boarding troopers, I should have let the acclimator go first and get within close range.
Yeah.
I messed up.
But here's the other thing.
But there's a good thing here.
Counterpoint. Oh yeah, I took damage from bumping you.
Yeah.
Counterpoint is that this turn, by that thing going first, you blocked me out of getting within distance 1 of the station and blocked me from another victory token.
Yeah. That's the only plus. But the same idea though. If I would have realized I was closer, or +2, I intel'd officered his brace.
When Green Goblin came out, he was.
I burned it without a problem because I was like, look,
it was 10 damage coming in.
Yeah, I was just like, whatever. I don't have thermal shields on this guy because he can only take the double offensive.
What I was thinking personally, and that's what messed me up, was, I'm not banking on getting a blue accuracy. I got an accuracy. I should accuracy the redirect or the brace, and that would have been 6 damage going into your hull.
Yeah, which would have been.
So I misplayed that. All right, guys, we're going on to turn 4. We'll reset our dials and we'll be back.
So I will place my guy first.
Holy crap! This is an ups and downs game, buddy.
That hurts.
You guys are about to see something that hurts both of our hearts.
Okay.
We're going to pan down.
Defense is 3.
Oh yeah, it's real open
Both of
now.
our flagships down. You also downed my acclimator, which technically was my flagship.
I misplayed a lot of my shooting with the Recluse. I double arced, which is goofy, on the Pelta. And the Pelta survived it all.
I can't do much about that. And then I also gained 4.
Then,
which is whack.
because then the Acclimator jacked me up,
and
and then the Venator with squadrons beat the living crap out of me, and then one-shotted me through and destroyed me. But he was stuck there.
Yeah, I bumped him with the Pelta.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So then, this Maleficent, actually the Tide of Progress, long bombed the Acclimator, killed it, and then did 3 damage to the back of him.
I don't like having a
And then the Pelta him bumped, when the Pelta activated.
Yeah.
And then this guy here,
Which the Pelta blew up your
yeah,
Remember, guys, Pelta's
Pelta.
Pelta's great.
the Pelta did.
It's durable.
And then my other Maleficent, Moved
You know
over,
what?
did 2
maybe
damage to a
Summer's gonna
squadron
appreciate
for
that.
laws,
So
and
he is going to use
last
to make
shotted
another
the
threat
Venator
and
for,
spend
through
3
the
energy to
asteroid
pick
through
up
the
stand
rear.
He is standing on.
Um,
And he's going to toss that into hull.
The question is going to be,
Dodge 4.
can I catch you?
yeah.
And you have 1.
You have 60 points
As
up
he
on
picks
me.
up the
I
bill,
do
I
still
can
have
do
Mercy
this
Mission
too!
going on.
Now remember, depending what you have for dials,
Uh-huh.
you do have a raid token left over navigate.
Correct.
So you're going to go first. Now I just have to try to long bomb you with dice. Both their admirals are gone, so I'm not getting the benefit of having shields. That shield thing's kind of weird depending on like what you're attacking at, because
you roll another die.
I guess if they don't have redirects, it's kind of cool. We'll talk about it in the after report. So we're going on a turn 5. It's still really close.
Crit counts as a success.
Tim has to race away from me for 2 turns, and I have to try to long bomb to death.
Yep.
So Tim does go
Yes,
first.
you'll gain 1
So
energy.
we'll be back after this turn, guys.
He'll use his
Okay, it's a race now. So go ahead. What, Tim? You're just running.
Yep.
You elected not to shoot at me simply because I have salvos. Ship or squadrons came in. I actually knocked one down with AA. You put a damage on this Maleficent and knocked a bunch of shields off both of them. I fired back, knocked your shields off. This guy fired a long bomb, didn't do anything. So now it's a race. He's almost in my deployment zone. He still has a raid navigate, so he can't go super fast. We just have to hope I can get him. He's probably doing engineering, so he
I can
doesn't.
do 2 things.
Oh yeah, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be a really close game. All right, guys. Anything to add to that, Tim?
That's it.
All right, guys. We'll be back. All right, so that was conclusion. I ended up.
You got your choice.
I think we recorded that, getting the Pelta.
Sabertooth has 3
that
of
was
6
just-
damage on him.
It was a
Has
race.
1 of 6 damage on him.
Pelta was
They both
racing in
have
there.
physical
Oh wait, I don't think we did. Yeah, we might not
Oh,
have.
so go ahead.
Pelta was right about here and just got sniped by the front arc of
The
one
Tide of Progress
Yeah.
7,
It just
which
That's-
indicates
that's 12.
6 of those ships. Is that 12?
that's 12.
Well, that indicates 11 of those ships blew up once.
Yeah.
That was a rough game. A lot of misplays on both of our parts.
Yeah, feels so. Because I was close to getting Mercy Mission off, and I like that card so much.
It's a flavorful card
yeah,
because
whatever barbell says.
it gives an extra aspect to Armada of secondary missions. Like, okay, we'll play the
you got
battle
2,
mission,
3, 4.
but I have my own
I
mission
rolled
I'm going
0
to
on
play
the fence,
with.
so I'm
An extra 40
looking
points is nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's
Only downside for me was trying to find the which I probably could have built it better. For me, it was trying to find the fleet support slot to fit it in, which meant taking up one of the offensive slots on the acclimator to get flag bridge to
Yeah.
then put it on.
Well, that's why I said if you took a ship that already has a thing in there, you could have 2 fleet commands.
6, 9.
My issue with that is that the Venator 1
Uh-huh.
has fleet command, doesn't have defensive retrofit, which means can't do it because no thermal shields.
Thermal shields, Thermal shields wasn't really a big deal.
Actually, yeah, not in this
ton of
one.
power on cables,
If it had been on the acclimator, it would have been a bigger deal because you would have been rolling 5 dice instead of 10.
Yeah,
But
I mismanaged my my dice selection too, like shooting the dice and like accuracies, like bank. The one shot where I could have killed the acclimator, I had 10 dice.
And you can still get rid of it.
5 red, 5 blue, just from one of the
it's like-
shenanigans.
we tried to double arc the Pelta, which
I should have
Sure you
ignored
do.
the Pelta, honestly, and just killed the acclimator when I had the chance.
yeah,
I think I was still going to lose the
He's gonna
Recluse
spend
anyway.
2 to
I think it was
buy
still
slide by 1.
lost.
I think so because
Down for
I
himself.
did notice it packs a punch, but it is kind of flimsy.
Yeah.
In more
Yeah.
ways than one.
Well, once you
Just
get,
spend 1.
it's weird. The
Interact
ship
with the
has this
console.
crazy big
Heal
arc,
himself a point.
and you want to build it to where you're shooting like twice with gunnery teams because it's so large of an arc.
Yeah.
I like that, but I built this guy to fire once with the title, and
You know what? I didn't appreciate
like
that.
I said,
Cap. I'm gonna
at
shoot with my black.
medium range it's 10 dice. At
So
long
5
range
energy
it's 7.
against you.
Yeah.
It's
Whatever your
just
energy defense is.
ridiculous amount of dice, which I feel
They
helps
go
kind of get through the thermal shields issue because you're throwing so much dice.
True.
You thermal shields it.
I'm gonna use
A lot of times you're still like
Vibrating
throwing
shield?
Yeah.
Cost
4
you
to
one
5
less.
dice.
This is the first
Without
time using a superpower on this
a
turn.
brace.
Yeah.
To back
Yep.
you up, yeah.
Right. The other weird part is it has an evade for a huge
I'm gonna
ship.
put the incinerate token on
Which
you.
some
You didn't
people
take
have
damage.
said put on not slave turrets, but
Yeah, block the damage, but I still
towers.
incinerate.
Yeah, the
Because I rolled a wild.
PRCs.
Right, because you could spend your evade and flip
Do it again.
to whatever
Second
face you
action.
want to.
One die to
Five
one red
dice
die
and
to a
attack.
double hit or a crit.
Which I guess that's kind of cool, but I figured
Use it again, but it's gonna cost you to pull 2.
instead of doing slave turrets, I figured spinal armament was a better bet.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed that 1 dice.
Roll 1 less die.
Yeah,
Because you're incinerated.
this was a good list, but
I think the mission got you too.
I would have.
yeah, because you'd already gotten 3.
You would have.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
got 2?
We could math it
I
out.
have 4.
I'm not sure
You're
if I
gonna
would
end
have
up
had
taking
you
Okay.
if I had saved that guy over here.
It'd been a lot closer. It'd been a lot
Would have
closer.
been very close.
Because you would have negated 2 of
Two
my
of those.
victory
So
tokens. The reason
I'm going to
my
then
missions I picked was dangerous terrain,
spend
contested
2,
outpost,
pick up this garbage
and
dumpster,
surprise
and
attack.
throw it at Hulk because he's trash.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah.
I could have taken,
So he
but
dodges 3
I wasn't
damage from the
sure.
dumpster.
If you had a bunch of smaller ships that like just fly around grabbing tokens, is
Not
one
bodyguard
thing.
the throw. It's not
I
an
do
attack.
that because
Okay.
rocks don't affect me, so you throw them in my deployment
block
zone. I
it.
don't
You'll
care.
take 3.
I'll fly over them. But the reason I picked contested outpost is
However, Cable's
I'll
up.
park the recluse on there. It's a giant gun.
yeah,
Come towards it, and if you don't come towards it, I'm just racking up tokens. That's the idea behind it. I'm just racking tokens up.
and it was unfortunate because that one turn I couldn't angle myself in such a way to sneak in and at least contest you
Yeah.
for a point.
Yeah.
So it was just that was
Now, Rain, I forgot. I didn't eliminate you that turn, which definitely sealed the fate of the recluse.
Yep.
20-point token though, it's a hard sell.
B3 is a fun attack.
Yeah.
You get to use the actual
It was
and everyone
definitely a
underneath the
weird
pole
matchup,
is
all
hit.
squadrons versus none. But then you
If
said,
he's underneath
Tim,
it, yes.
you built your
If a
squadron
friendly wall's
ball
underneath a
mostly
beam or
for
during attack,
anti-squadron activities.
They just take 1.
Yeah,
You don't have to
specifically
roll
because
them.
it's just what I have
Enemies
access
will roll
to,
individually
specifically
each time.
Plo Koon
Okay.
and his Actually, I'm not even at max squads because I took away some points to fit in other stuff.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it was Plo Koon and the 5 B-19s could
If you'd like,
screen
you
whatever
pick up-
fighters
I think
you
can
have.
throw characters.
I
You can pick up
think
Saber
this
Cruisers,
list of
toss them into
yours would do
Cable.
better against my
Yeah.
Grievous and what's the spider guy's name? Crap. Trench. It's an easy name to remember. I think because both those
target.
lists I wanted to fly today. I basically had 3 lists. I rolled a dice,
I'm going to
and
spend
this one
12
came
cable.
up because I
You
wanted to
get
fly all
Saber
3.
two
It's
extra
just
defense on this
hard
because it's
picking.
going to hurt.
They would have done
Roll
better
the
against those
basic
2
attack
lists
on
because
this.
they were
How many
very
dice is it
fighter
normally?
based.
And then
I might try to make a
how
more
many times
balanced
do you have those
list.
3 stacks on?
Something similar to this, but more around
Add 5 more dice in because for every 3 damage you
the
have
whole
on you,
extra
you do
rolling
5
with
extra
those
die
two
damage.
because I don't know, just try something
Give me
different.
5
But
more.
with this case, I'm still just feels bad. Oh,
Yeah.
hurts.
I think for me,
You have
it was a
3
rough
crits.
mission. I do have to say how I deployed though.
But that doesn't.
Played exactly how I
doesn't
wanted it to.
Yeah, those
Uh,
two. I forgot how fast
those-
they could be.
Well, you throw engine techs on them. They're only speed 2 ship.
Wild.
I think their
So,
dialed
seven.
maneuver's pretty good.
I
One
normally have
click
3
at 1,
defense. I did use the
one
power
click
of
at the
cable
1
to
at the
give him a
2,
force field.
and then 2
I rolled 5
clicks
dice.
at the 2. And then if you put engine techs on them,
So 3 out of you said 7.
you get another
So you
1
take
speed.
four
So
with
you get
days
this.
in.
And you really could do almost a 9-degree
Does your
turn.
wild effect happen
with
after
that
damage is
ship.
done?
I wonder if I would have been in a better
before
spot
damage is done.
putting
Okay,
engine techs
you
on
can
these
do that now.
guys.
Okay.
It'd be a lot
This-
faster.
Throw him
Um,
into Cable then.
Yeah,
Okay.
though finding
He would
points
normally
would
take a
have been
damage, but he's already going to be
Well,
dazed.
how
so
much is
I'm
shield
just gonna
tech?
account for that already.
like 3 points.
The engine
Cable
text is
has
8,
to
but you know
dodge.
what though? With you using that as
So
salvation
now
mission or no mercy
use
mission,
Mercy mission. Yeah, it would have been.
Level 2.
it
He's
makes you
size 2.
speed 3 and a lot
Actually,
more
he's
maneuverable.
size 3.
And with that title,
So 3 plus 1 is 4. So he has to dodge
basically
4.
gives me access to 2 command dials a turn,
Yeah,
which
I think
This is not an
with
attack, so I
him,
can't
like
boost it.
your build,
Cable has 3 for
it's
this.
rough because he's a really good support ship, but he's
Blocking 2
tanky. He's
out of
made-
4,
I
he'll
feel
take
like
2.
he's a support ship that's meant to
Puts
like
him at 6,
brawl
he will
with the bigger ships.
oh yeah,
But I see why you'd want to make him as a mercy mission because he is tankier.
Yes.
Them other little
So that
ships,
was one
if you
attack.
catch
That
them
was
right,
one attack.
they're gone.
That's why I like it, because if you use the base version of the Charger,
You get
it's
to place this
37
off the
points,
safety.
38 once you get the title that
that's what,
you
two?
can't take turn
Within 2,
lasers
yes.
or missile slots, but you can take.
Now you can have
Fleet
more than
support.
one on
Okay.
Hulk if you want.
So
Hulk
makes
is
38
getting up
points for
there
that
in
title.
damage.
This is 45.
I'm gonna put it
For
right.
45, while you're slower, you get an extra hull,
Put in the
a
bull,
brace.
then I dropped the one who couldn't fight,
and,
and just said, fuck it, I ain't looking for it.
Okay, that's about it. Oh, and better dice.
Well, here's a question though. Here's a
Now, if I
question,
could
Tim.
suggest,
When you do mercy
so you're
mission,
within range.
does
to
the
attack
ship you
Domino,
give it to
you can gamma leap the
have to
Domino
have a fleet
within one of the
support slot or
consoles.
no?
Nope.
You can then heal yourself a point and still smack her.
Not fleet support. Fleet command.
Does it have to have a
No,
fleet command?
It does not.
So,
So this didn't happen.
So yeah.
oh, okay.
Gamma leap will cost
That's
you
why
2
I
because
had
of
to figure out
because
how
of
to
attack
give
ability,
this
there's
thing
leadership power.
a fleet support
Your
slot,
first
or this
costs
thing,
1
but
less, so you get 1
boost of
back.
comms takes up this thing's
Yeah.
flight
They're
bridge.
too heavy on the green stuff.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, give
So,
him
you place within 2.
flag
You
bridge,
shouldn't need to go
then
into that
equip
console.
it with mercy mission to then slap
Yeah.
into this
Spend
guy
one,
once
you'll
the
kill
game
one.
starts.
yeah.
Technically before the game starts.
I think your list is still good. I'd fly it again.
And then you can still
I
do
mean,
an attack against
I will save it
Domino.
because this is
or,
the
yeah,
alarm
or
list
you can
I
get
really
rid of your
wanted to
bleed. It's up to you. You
I
don't
like
have
the
to
Pelta,
smack her.
for sure.
Depends on how bloodthirsty you currently are.
Want to smack
I mean,
her.
Okay.
could get a second.
So I'm gonna do.
They have
Yeah.
our shop's finally getting more of them in.
Yep.
Um,
We have one of everything of the new stuff
I
now.
just
At
need
least.
to do a
yeah,
strike.
finally.
I'm pretty sure that's all you're gonna need.
The bad part about
normally
your
it's
list,
not.
though, I think, Tim,
So
against
it's not.
mine, my whole
No, normally
goal
how many
is to
dice?
kill your capital
Oh,
ships.
6.
Yep.
So you
That's
get
all
11
I'm doing.
because
I'm
you have
ignoring your
the
squadrons,
set of,
okay.
5
literally.
damage.
And I don't think I could push through enough damage with them, though they did some work. They did some pretty good work.
Oh, they pretty much
Time this
killed
weekend and prime a few
the
models.
hard sell,
Yep.
and then they crippled the
Yeah.
Closen
You're
enough
not going
to where the other
infiltrate
ships could
because
take
Domino
advantage
has
of
a
it.
power that you your crits will explode when you attack her.
Okay. So
But
I'll get
and
rid
at the end of the day, though,
all
there's still a
these.
lot of your points still left on the table in squadrons. You know what I mean?
So
Currently having
Which might have been
5.
what saved me at the end. Because how many points are each of these?
In this build here, they're
I
cheap.
also push
They're
your
like
shield
90
away.
points almost.
That's fine, but I have to roll my defense.
So they're
I only
like
roll one shield,
73,
so I'm gonna take 4.
75,
She will gain 4.
80. That's like 96.
96.
96
Push
for
me
this
away.
one, and this one is 94, basically.
So like 190. If this thing had lived and generated its points, I still think you would have won if that thing lived.
Well, I think the only, if it would have lived, I got you another 40 points on
Yes,
top of your
especially
thing.
at that
Which would've
level.
countered
but also
two of
he has,
those.
what, like
Which
4
count
points
two of
left,
those.
and then, oh, take
But
point damage
the only thing that
because of
sealed it
Oh,
was
yeah.
me killing this
Well,
got
yeah.
me 40 points, which negated a lot of your squadrons.
Get you 20 points whenever you kill it.
Oh, 20?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
So,
It's just that it's not a
so
total,
it's another token, basically.
basically, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
It was still
Yeah.
a good game.
Oh, yeah.
I think your list would have done way better if I had squadrons.
yes.
Like, you would have dominated my squadrons, because I have a Grievous build. The Grievous one has a little bit of a...
Because as long as he's along with them, they all have counter one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that Recluse build I made.
Still makes me laugh.
It shoots single shots, long range. But then once you get in
I'm gonna
the
spend
close
one,
and medium,
pick up a cube with
that's where I
double.
start doing dumb stuff to your ship. Like, okay, I have rocket troopers now. Here's a raid
Oh,
token.
yeah.
I have boarding troopers now. Spend all your tokens. And that one misplay, I misread it. I fired my rocket tokens, or rocket guys.
End of his turn.
I went to go
his healing
fire.
factor 2 kicks in.
And then whenever I was moving
Remove
down
extra
all the
damage.
stuff I could do in my turn order, I got to boarding troopers.
Back to you,
Oh,
sir.
it's close range, not medium close.
So it's just
Which
Wolverine.
actually defeated the whole purpose because at that point you had all 3 tokens
Quick pass,
on
'cause I
your.
still have
uh,
2 more characters.
Oh crap! I just
to
forgot the name of
activate.
it.
Pelta.
Yeah, no,
but it's up
that
to you.
guy.
That's why you-
Yeah, all 3 tokens on the acclimator, and I would have just now they're all spent right off the bat. I need to. I never really used Intel
Cho's
Officer
gonna
much
activate,
in the last
heal himself
edition.
with the console.
It was just, but it was one of the things I didn't worry about.
like the passive
Now that I'm
gear?
actually trying to use them a little bit,
No, 'cause I only have one
kind
left,
of
so you
to
have
get
to have it.
around
Yes. So we'll
races and some other shenanigans like salvos. I'm mismanaging my
There.
I wonder if he works to,
actuaries.
If I
I
may,
wonder if he
I mean, because it's Wolverine.
against thermal shields. Like if you spend your brace for a thermal shield, the timing
Where's
of
he
it.
at? It'd be a timing issue.
And then you can
There
spend, I
he
think,
is. So,
300 berserker barrage.
while attacking, after you
roll.
roll. So, thermal shield's
So
already
you
gone
deny
off.
me a point.
So the most you can do with him, and I was trying to do was,
And he has a
oh,
cube,
you have
so can take him
salvos?
out. You could get
Okay,
a
if you
cube.
use this time, it's gone. Because I'll be honest, it feels with salvos now.
The moving back isn't bad.
Salvos are a critical threat
The
because
thing that he does is indeed.
what helped kill the
people.
Venator was he fired a back shot at,
And you rolled 3 against me.
I rolled my 2 red dice for my
Or you can do
salvo,
this charge.
a double and a
Depends on
single.
what he does, is you can move.
3 damage
and do a
straight
claw
back.
slash. Your wilds
For
will
like,
count as 2 hits.
you did what, 1 damage
whatever
to my
you feel
ship,
would be better.
unfortunately.
If that.
And it was just like, so now salvo, in a lot of ways, I think it's
Okay.
obviously it's here to stay, and it's really good.
Yeah, I am definitely going to, next game at least, run a different, just because you've all seen the Squadron Ball from me thus far. I'm going to try and run a different
Yes,
list. But my next Republic list is definitely built around salvos, especially with that new turbo laser. It's built around salvoing back.
And your
Okay.
wilds count as 2 if you roll.
With either Obi-Wan or Luminara.
I think
Probably
that's 3.
Obi-Wan
Yeah, and
as commander.
the kind of weird thing that I was going to do a list around, but it doesn't work is ion cannon
I
with
have one
salvo,
defense,
but
but I know
apparently you
karate.
can't use
Oh, yes,
crit
of course.
effects,
Yes, that is correct.
which
My karate did
really
not help me,
sucks.
so I've lost
Your
1.
karate is not strong.
I guess the other thing I was thinking of,
Give me bleed.
I have high capacity
You also make your
ion
own
turbines.
blank.
It gives a blue on their
You
side.
would give me bleed. but
I
only have
almost
4 on the
feel
side,
like
so
I should
drop
have
my cube.
quad batteries,
You
laser
place
turrets
these
for
on
5
yeah.
points. A
You
ship
could
that's
place it
going
right next to
faster than
Wolverine, and he
me,
could spend 1 to pick it
I'll
up.
go
if you
ahead
want.
and I add a blue dice to the attack pool.
And then that was your builder,
But
so you're going to gain
I
4
guess in the
Especially because, in theory, you could slow roll at speed 1,
Okay.
and as long as you're navving, you're still going speed 2.
I'm still going speed 2. I guess that could be
Actually,
an idea.
You could spend
Let's
energy
do
in your
a,
console and build yourself one.
actually plus it would save me.
Also, no, I mean,
Oh,
also,
man, that would
just
save
killing
me-
back kills you too. So
Either keep your energy,
6
kill
points.
the 2.
Yep.
Which would give me a better bid and add something else in. It's food for thought, I guess.
I definitely think going first saved me from
Mm-hmm.
a fair amount of punishment.
So all I have.
Never
left
use my pass
is
token because
Domino.
it just once we get into such a close range, it's not worth it.
No, you don't want to be passing your ship activations when I'm not close to you.
But yeah,
I'm gonna hit
in summary
the
though,
Hulk
for
with my
me,
automatic
I'm
pistols.
definitely going to be trying out
This is a physical
a
defense.
new lineup after this. But I'll keep this in mind because this is a fun
Not a thing.
lineup. I feel like if it wasn't for this thing,
No,
over
no,
front
I
shots.
spent 1,
Yeah.
The skull.
Any amount
Counts
of,
as a
if they
crit,
spend any amount of
and I'll spend
squads,
an
I
additional one
dominate
just in
the
case.
squad.
If I roll another skull, it also is a crit.
Oh.
Because that's the other thing. A couple of my
So I have 2.
flight controllers,
So I'll take 2.
flight commander, none of them.
I gain an energy from the attack.
None of them did anything.
That's what the card
The
says.
other recluse I
Now,
want
roll
to
a
try
hit.
is the one where
So I
you
get a
can
rapid fire. So I get a
move 3 shields from one hull zone to another hull
4
zone.
dice physical.
Oh, yeah.
So the idea is to throw 6 shields in your front, and it really doubles down on that. I'm staying
I
right
will
here,
spend
and
another
I'm
1
just shooting
to make that
shots.
skull a crit.
Now, granted, I think that one would have gunnery teams,
So I will
just
hit
to
you
shoot
for 4.
twice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He is.
But I don't know. I like this
How
fleet.
much
I am
do you
going to
have?
save it. I
Yeah.
I want to say I feel that
I did
fleet
the one-
would do very good in a tournament.
Yeah, I did 2,
This one?
just 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would. I'd have
And
to
then that puts him at
prioritize
18.
targeting again.
This
I really don't have
is
anything else really to add.
21.
That's it for me. Yeah.
Well, you only have 20.
Oh,
Right,
I'm still
and
just
then
like.
with everything they gave me, it's 21.
It was close. It was very
You only
close.
take as much
Yeah.
damage as
I-
you
Yeah.
take.
the only
okay?
the only
And
thing
then
that
I
saved
only
me
gain as
was
much- I don't actually gain energy from
my
this attack.
frigates are the
because of
finishers.
damage I deal.
Okay.
But if
They
you
come around
only
the
deal
side,
3, you only gain.
and
If I did 4, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't flow.
I get out of your
Okay.
front arcs and I just keep shooting you in the sides and the rear
So he's
because they're too damn fast.
gain
Yeah.
1.
Honestly.
That was 1 action.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's
It
about
doesn't go
it.
on cable.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
domino.
If you like what we do,
Um,
you know that
Well,
whole
not these
shtick.
days.
She's
She's gonna walk
a
up to
guild
that
master
point, then, and spend 1 to
with
heal herself.
Tim the Enchanter.
Tim the Enchanter signing off. Later, guys.